Give me just 1 second. I have to go grab today's project. Oh my God. This thing is so heavy. Oh my God. Well, here's today's computer. I think I hurt my back. Man, I'm getting old. Let's plug this thing in. I want to see what it looks like when it's turned on. Ooh. Wow. I'm gonna take the side panel off so you guys can actually see what it looks like inside this thing, because I'm really upset that I'm about to completely change how this thing looks. See, doesn't this thing look so cool? I feel like I'm about to commit a crime because I'm gonna take this whole thing apart and reassemble it, and it's gonna look nothing like how it looks right now. But I feel like I have to in order to sell this thing. Now, you might think that I am insane for even thinking about ripping this thing apart, because you would think that with the custom water cooling loop and how big and beautiful this system is, that it would sell just fine. But it doesn't. And I know from experience, because this system right here is scary similar to the first computer that I did my first custom water cooling loop on. It does have an i7 6700K CPU, a 980 Ti graphics card, 16 gigs of RAM, an 850 watt power supply, and it's inside of a massive case. The only difference between this computer and the first computer that I did a custom loop on was I had a 1000 watt Corsair power supply, and my GPU had a water block on it. And I had the hardest time selling my system when it came time to finally say goodbye to that computer. And this guy was running into the exact same problem. So I first spotted this computer about 3 months ago, and I always stopped to look at it just because of how similar it was to the computer that I had spent a ton of money on. So it was just like a little nostalgia for me, but it just stayed there constantly at an $800 list price, not getting any attention, to the point where I thought that maybe he just forgot to remove the listing and it had already sold. But then I started seeing the price drop slowly over time. Price drop by $100 every week or so. And it finally got down to the point where he was asking so little for it that it would have been foolish for me to not make an offer. So I did offer him $300 for this system, and he accepted. Now, here is what I find super interesting. I actually had the exact same problem trying to sell my computer that was almost identical to this system. I put it on Facebook Marketplace and it would get absolutely no attention, while in the meantime I was building and selling computers, and those were selling extremely fast, all while this computer sat idle and got almost no attention. So that makes me feel like the custom loop inside of this system is what is preventing customers from wanting to purchase it. And because I am a pretty curious person, I decided to take a bunch of pictures of this system right here and then post a mock listing on Facebook Marketplace to see if I could get any traction on this system. And in 5 days, I only received 15 clicks on my listing. So that listing kind of reinforced my idea that the custom loop inside of here is what is throwing people off. Now, if you really think about it, the majority of customers that I sell computers to are from a younger generation. And if you don't know what you're doing when it comes to building computers, this can look extremely scary, especially if you've never built a computer before and you've never done any research on water cooling. So I can absolutely see why maybe something like this seems a little bit too difficult and somebody wouldn't want to pay a lot of money for it. So that's why today we are going to completely change how this system looks. And honestly, I'm pretty upset about it because I really like this computer. So let's go ahead and commit what I think is a crime and take this thing apart. And after I take this thing apart, I will show you all of the changes that we are going to make to the system. feel like I just painted over the Mona Lisa right now, you know? Because you could tell that the person who put this thing together loved this thing, and he took great care of it because everything in here is pretty clean other than just a little bit of surface dust. This graphics card is immaculate on the inside. Now, all you can find is like a little bit of dust on the back plate, but that's not a huge deal. It probably accumulated over the period of time he was trying to sell this system. But we do have some work to do still. We have got to show you what we're going to be doing to change the look of this system. Okay, so nobody is more upset that we are not going to be using the Phanteks case than I am, but unfortunately that style of case is not what is popular. This style of case is what is popular. It's more like what you would see if you went to, you know, Best Buy, Walmart, Target. This is the style that the younger generation enjoys. And because we were having such a difficult time selling the computer with a custom loop, we are going to be throwing in this massive ARGB air cooler. Hopefully that helps sell this computer. And 980 Ti, I like the 980 Ti. It's nothing wrong with it. It can still play games, but it is not a very popular card anymore. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna switch it out. We're gonna throw in this 5700 XT. It's gonna give us a little bit more performance, and it's triple fan, it's a bigger card. It's more current. That's what people want. They want more current stuff. And I got all this stuff for a pretty good deal. So at the end, after we throw this whole thing together, I will go over the total cost of what it took to build this system and how much we're gonna try and sell it for. But before I can go ahead and even pretend to know what I would try and list this computer for, we do need to put this whole thing together, and I need to dust off all this stuff because there is a little bit of layer of dust, and we do want to make sure that every single part that is going in our system is 100% clean. So let's get it, because I want to play some games on this computer. don't get me wrong here. I really like how this system turned out, but I'm having a hard time deciding on whether I like this look more than the original design. Now, I am a huge fan of the way that it was, but no one was gonna buy it, so something had to be done. What do you guys think? Do you like this design, or do you like how it was originally? Let me know. Tell me in the comments. I want to know what you guys think, because I'm on the fence. But regardless of whichever design you like best for this computer, it is performing fantastic, getting 122 FPS on average in Gotham Knights at a high preset. And this is a pretty demanding game, so I'd say the system is performing excellently. So if you are new here, this computer is actually a part of something that we call the Build Up Challenge, and the entire idea of the Build Up Challenge is to build and sell gaming PCs for a profit so that we can use those funds to build an absolutely spectacular gaming PC. And we've already finished season 1 of the Build Up Challenge, where we built a absolutely stunning computer that we are giving away to one member of my Discord server. So if you want a chance to win the computer I just showed you, make sure that you are an active member of my Discord server. I will drop a link to that server down below. And for this season of the Build Up Challenge, we are going to be saving money to build an editing PC like nobody has ever seen before. And I promise you that if I can execute on the design that I have for that computer, you guys are going to be blown away. Now, because this computer is a part of the Build Up Challenge, we do need to go over how much it costs to build this entire system, plus where we stand in total funds to build the absolutely epic computer that we are going to build for our grand finale. So for the original system, I paid $300 for that beautiful thing. And for all of the upgrades inside of here, besides the graphics card, I paid $180. Now the graphics card I was able to find on Facebook Marketplace for $100. So it's going to bring the total build cost for this PC to $580. But there are a few things that we have to take into consideration. That really awesome Fantex case, I am going to relist that computer onto Facebook Marketplace, and I'm gonna list it for $80. I probably won't get $80, but I will probably get around $50 or $60 for it, so that will be some discount on the total build cost for this thing. Plus, I have to sell the 980 Ti, and that I can probably list for $80, and I might be able to actually get $80 for that graphics card. So that is just more money that is going to come back from this build. And I need to list all of the liquid cooling parts. Now, that might be a little bit more difficult to sell, but we're gonna try anyways. And after we take away the total cost to build this system from our grand total, we are left with $600 in our bank. And I'm going to list this computer for $700 and see what happens. Now, I do have some absolutely stunning PC builds planned for the weeks to come. So if you are not subscribed, now is the time to do that. But even if you don't feel like subscribing, I hope that no matter where you are in the world, you're having a fantastic day. And I'm gonna see you right here for the next episode.